Excuse me. So, welcome back. It's part 3. I can't remember. It looks like it might be Fairly Odd Parents we went into on this recording. And now we're about to come out of it, and who knows what will happen. So, shall we find out? Yes, let's. There you go. I think that was a regular occurrence.
I'm Des. I'll tell you
Back
what
to
I smell like.
Des.
Smell like the air freshener in your dad's car, just after the dog's been in there and done a filthy fat noise, which is absolutely spectacular. Oh yeah.
Did I mention they were always recorded on the Friday night before the bungalow? So that would be Steve and Dave and all the sound guys going into the booth and doing that. Easy, very fun. What's the next bit, Rich?
For the next bit, email.
Well, that's to you, not to me.
Got one here from Holly Frost.
Okay, actually, while they're reading out these, that's probably less interest. Let's talk about the genesis of the bungalow. Here's what happened. It was 2002. And Nigel Pickard, who was head of CBBC at the time, had said that there was a spot in the schedule of 3 hours on a Saturday, 3 hours on a Sunday. What are they doing? 3 hours on a Saturday, 3 hours on a Sunday that he wanted to fill. He had a title, which was, I think he came up with Dick and Dom the Bungalow, the name. I think, but that might be wrong. I'll have to check on that. And that was it. And then Dick and Dom were like, yeah, we'll do that. Hang on, there's something happening.
The bastard's got a speck of dust on it!
I don't remember any of this. Oh, my life. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, that laugh you just heard there, that was TJ, Tracy Jane Reed.
That's better.
Sasha says...
What can you say about it?
Day.
This is brilliant.
So bored.
Brilliant. So yes, so Nigel Pickard, I think, came up with the name Dick and Dom the Bungalow. Dick and Dom said, yeah, brilliant. And then they were asked, I think Steve, I can't remember if they were asked who they wanted to work on it, or they were, well, in terms of me anyway, they said, who'd you like to direct it? And this was to do with Paul Smith. The legend that is Paul Smith, who was also Gordon the Ghost back in the day. And they said, hey, well, you know, they suggested me because they suggested me because we worked together on Mother's Day, and it was just so much fun in TC2 as it was then. And I was like, yeah, I will direct that. And then Steve was already on board, I think. And then 6 weeks later, Dick and Dom and the Bungalow went on air. So from a blank piece of paper to the first show. That's how that happened, and that's pretty much Steve Ride's did a blooming brilliant job. This is basically it's just an insight into the crazy mind of Steve Ride. It's brilliant. And I remember the day this is the incredibly clever kid.
What's your name?
Emily.
Why are you here?
And the Bungalow Boffin.
That's it, the Bungalow Boffin.
Potato Lottery.
Great!
You've been at home inventing a brand new game for the show, and now we're going to test it live on the Bungalow. Will it be a triumph and beautifully thought through?
I was always singing along with these in the gallery, probably to the annoyance of everybody.
Potato Lottery.
And these are, of course, games that kids at home have come up with.
Emily has thought of a brand new game for the Bungalow. Will it be poopy woo or will it be genius? Could you explain to all the viewers at home and also to all these Bungalow heads here
Let's let her explain the game.
There is a large potato board containing 12 potatoes. There are 24 potatoes behind. The Bungalow heads must be stood in their socks. They have 20 seconds to study the potato board and have to try and remember where the pairs are. The Bungalow heads take it in turns to find a pair of matching potatoes.
So it's find the pairs, basically, isn't it? Yeah, with potatoes.
If they get a pair wrong, they have to put their foot in a bucket of sloppy mashed potato.
Very good game, I like it.
Bungalow heads get 2 goes each. If they get their second pair wrong, they have to put their hand in the same bucket of mashed potato.
I like this game. The kids don't look very happy, the Bungalow heads.
50.
50 Bungalow points.
50 Bungalow point. So yes, so there you go. I do, and the genesis of the pants dance, which probably isn't in this show. I remember distinctly Steve and I talking about it, and I can't remember if it was a joint creation or mainly Steve. It was probably mainly Steve. Not entirely sure, but we were walking from East Tower, which is where CBBC was, across to get either a coffee or get some lunch or something, and we were walking past the cash machine, which used to go down and then up again, and that's where we started talking about the pants dance, and that's how that came about. But like I say, I can't remember who, because more than likely it was Steve's idea, but I remember adding to it, I think, a little bit anyway, so I'm going to claim a little bit of ownership on that, although probably more than I deserve.
11 to 5, let's have a look. There's 11, and here's 5. You got it right! 50 Bungalow.
Yeah, so while they're playing that, let's go for cameras. This camera that you're watching now, that is the handheld, well, lots of them are handheld, but that would mainly be Pat, who is a legend and is brilliant, and I would say probably one of the best handheld cameramen in the country. He was then, and I'd say he still is now. Then we would have Paul Davis. There was also, oh my goodness, so many came through. We had Ian, and also, oh, it's embarrassing, I can't remember. My memory for names isn't as good as it used to be. I can see his face. Al. Al was there, and we had lots of people going through. And also kudos must, of course, go to the stage management team, floor managers, TJ, Sophie, Mandy, all those lot who would come in and build all this stuff and put it all together, oftentimes with no notice. What we used to do is have a meeting on a Friday in the afternoon, and we go through the script and say, just make sure that's all done and that's all done, that's good, yeah, we're going to do that, we'll do that. And then oftentimes, and I have to say probably it was my fault more than most, I'd say the immortal words which TJ would absolutely hate, which was, could we do this maybe? And come up with some stupid daft idea which would necessitate a build of something or a finding of something or a drawing of something, and basically add enormous amounts of work to their workload. So officially, TJ, I'm sorry, but it was all for the best. It really, really was. The show was better for it.
Jodie Leanne Kathleen May Cooper. Two
We've got two kids there with
4 and 13.
4 and 13. Door 4.
They're brilliant, aren't they? Look, you see, that got made. Bespoke makey things.
Kaylee.
What a great game.
6 and 15.
And 15.
6 is lippy lip lip, and 15 is glasses.
No, wrong. Same
Get them both, same as.
That's it.
Wonderful.
Rachel.
21
It's a good
and
game.
23.
21.
Maybe a little long,
And 23 is
but I like it.
Spotty Stubble.
Got it wrong.
Now here's the thing, I do not know, I'm assuming this is a Saturday show, it must be. Yes, it must be. I have no idea what Muck Muck is coming up, and we've got 50 minutes of the show left. Let's take out maybe 20 minutes for cartoons, so we've only got about another 2 parts to go.
And the last one, Lewis.
6 and 16.
6.
I don't know, there's so much to talk about. Am I being boring? Sorry, if I am. Potato lottery!
So well done.
Is that how you thought it might be?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, that was well built, that, isn't it, eh?
I guess, now, it's worth also stressing, I know, anyone who's watching this loves the Bungalow, would be my guess. But it's worth saying just how hard it is to keep a show like this going from that side of the camera.
Lovely.
And make it entertaining and funny and never dull. And it's a talent that is rare. There's not many people who can pull off this kind of a show from their perspective. Especially when they're on open talk. So they're listening to everything. Hey, look, it's Farmer. What's his face?
Get in, Raymond.
Raymond
Morning.
Farmer.
Raymond Farmer here, now with added BAFTA. Now, our
Why is
three
he covered in crap?
find themselves. If you're watching on CBBC, of course, it's more Tom and Jerry. And now, I'm just off to the toilet. And hopefully this time, I'll make it.
So we're going to take another break, I guess, and we'll be back for part 4. So there you go.
I'm